I've been on a bit of a spending spree and I bought some fantastic luxury products to share with you today. Now, most of them are brand new products that I haven't yet tested or talked about, although I may have worn in videos, and some of them are absolutely brand new and only arrived yesterday in the post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through them as I apply them, and then we'll do a full day wear test. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Now, the first product I'm going to be applying is the Eldridge Skin Tint. Ooh, to give it its proper name, Seamless Skin Tint, and I have it in the shade T7, and it costs £37 or $49. Now, this is a fresh, luminous and light coverage tint in a feel-good formula made of 78% skincare ingredients for replenished, healthy and plumped looking skin. Like I say, I'm in the shade T7, which has a neutral undertone. It says that it lifts shadows, tones down redness and boosts luminosity. Now, the key ingredients are glycerin, prickly pear seed oil, sunflower seed oil, squalane and cocoa caprylate. Oh, and it's also got vitamin E, and it doesn't contain any alcohol, fragrance-free, vegan and cruelty-free. So to apply it, you give it a little shake, and it's in a recyclable plastic bottle, which you've got to lie flat because it's got this sort of unusual kind of egg-shaped container. And I'm just going to pop a couple of, well, more than a couple really, a little glob on my hand. And I'll just pop it on, and then I'm going to apply it. Now, you can apply it with your fingers. I actually quite like applying it with a brush, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my trusty BK Beauty brush for this. I'll just pick up a bit more on the back of my hand and just pants it in, because although it is a skin tint, it isn't that runny. You know how some skin tints are really runny? Well, this one isn't. I think you can see the shade is perfect for my skin because it matches my neck. I think Eldridge's skin matching with her foundations is very good, and her website is very helpful in terms of that. So I think she does well, given that most of her products, I assume, are bought online, although she's actually now in Space NK. I don't think this product is yet, weirdly. I think it takes time for the outlets to have the most up-to-date products. But Liberties and Selfridges in the UK, and now Space NK is stocking her, which is very good. Well, I think you'll agree that did go on seamlessly. Now, I have tried this before, but not on camera. I've been trying it for the last few days. And every time I've applied it, I've had absolutely no problem with it. It's just gone on seamlessly, actually. So I'm really delighted with it. And I think the coverage is good. I mean, obviously, we'll see it in natural light a bit later. But the coverage looks really good because it's skin-like in that you can still see my blemishes. So you can see this. I haven't put it under my eyes. But it's evened out my skin tone. That's really what I want from a foundation. Obviously, we don't want it to look cakey and all of that, but it's evened out my skin tone, which can look quite blotchy. And I really like that. It's given it a nice sheen, but it's not too luminous, although I am going to be powdering it a bit later. But really delighted with its ease of application and how quickly it blends into the skin. In fact, I think it's blended in so well, I'm not sure I'm going to need a damp beauty sponge, which is what I usually do after I've applied a foundation or a skin tint. But I don't feel I need to do that today. Now, before I go on to concealer, I'm going to use today the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly on my lids. Now, I haven't actually used this for a long time. Now, next I'm going to apply the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And I'm using this because I've been trying other eye primers, but I'm not going to be using an eyeshadow today. So I thought we'd just go in with this because it gives a nice neutral cover to my eyelids. So there it is on my finger. And I'm just going to carefully apply it. It's very creamy. You can use a brush, but at the moment I'm favouring using my fingers for quite a lot of applications, actually. And I'll tell you what, I must have had this pot for over a year and it hasn't dried out at all, which I think is quite impressive. Right, let's do the other eyelid. Now, I get terrible creasing on my lids, and I get it mostly here at the sides and here, but real sort of feathering. In fact, it's worse on my right eye for some reason. But I haven't gone up into the feathery bit, so I'm hoping See, what's really good is this is dried very, very quickly, much more quickly than all the other eye primers do, because some of them can be a bit, they can leave some kind of residue, and also they don't go on all that smoothly. But I must say, this has gone on very well. I haven't used this for ages, actually, so it just goes to show. Sometimes the oldies are the goodies, aren't they? Okay, we'll let that set, although I think it has set actually virtually straight off. Now I'm going to apply concealer next, and I'm going to be using the Givenchy Prisme Libre concealer. And this retails for £37 or $39. It says your eyes will appear lifted, signs of fatigue are reduced. That'd be good, wouldn't it? And skin texture looks smoothed from morning to night. It says it's water resistant and it's medium buildable coverage. It does not freeze the face. Interesting. I don't know whether you'd expect your concealer to freeze the face or not. Anyway, this is it. It's got a nice doe foot applicator. Now what I'm going to do for application is, I really struggle with concealer application. One of my fantastic subscribers gave me her step-by-step instruction on how to do it, but I'm still not quite there. But what I'm going to do, because I've been watching a few YouTubers do this, and I think one of them is Risa, I'm going to zoom you in actually. Let me zoom you in and you can tell me what you think about my application. We're going to give it a real go. So the idea is, and actually I'm not going to talk to you while I do it, I'm just going to put some coming down here. It's not quite the triangle, because I know everybody says don't do the triangle. So I'm going to come down here a little bit, and then I'm going to come in on the outside, as it were, and do a little bit here. I think Lisa J also does this. So I'm not going to talk to you while I do this, okay? Let me know what you think. Yeah, okay, it's a sort of triangle, but it's not quite. Okay. Right, now I've done that, I'm going to get, and my lovely subscriber suggested this, a little mini beauty sponge, which I must admit, I'd never thought of using a mini beauty sponge before. I always used my bigger one, just kind of pinched it, but actually I think this is quite good. Again, I'm not going to talk to you while I do the blending, just so that I can try and be as accurate as possible. Well, I think that's gone on pretty well, but I'm going to zoom you in even more. What do you think? I do think that's gone on really well, I must say. Right, the next product I'm going to be using is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Loose Powder. And again, I have used this on camera, but I haven't wear tested it, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, this is super expensive, and I bought this at the airport when I was going on holiday a few months ago. And I managed to get it for about £38, but actually normally it retails for £52. Although in the States you can get a mini for $31, which I would really recommend if you can get hold of it, because that's not a bad price at all. It comes in this lovely tin, and you get 4 colours in one compact. So it mattifies, blurs and illuminates the complexion, and it works to smooth the appearance of skin for an airbrush effect that lasts up to 6 hours. Okay, so this only lasts up to 6 hours. That's interesting, isn't it? Now, it comes in 6 shades, or at least 6 different versions, because you actually get 4. Let me see if I can show you this. You get 4 different colours in each, or 4 different shades in each pot. Can you see? So this is the shade, this is called Voile Rose 03. Now it does come with its own powder puff, but it was circular, which I'm not very keen on. So I'm using one of the little velour powder puffs that you can get from Amazon, one of these. And usually I'd tap this into the lid, but actually I seem to have accumulated rather a lot of powder in here. So I'm not going to then transfer that to the lid. And I'm just going to pat a bit on there, and then tap some off. Gently apply under the eyes to set. And I'm also going to come down here. I noticed that I am shining a lot on camera. You can see now why all those shows that you see where the news presenters are being powdered to the hilt before they go on camera. For some reason or other, I seem to need that as well, because on camera I tend to look quite oily if I'm not careful, which we don't want, because it's not a terribly attractive look, is it? Right, let me zoom you in and see what you think of the powder under the eyes. I think it's looking really good, I must say. I've just spotted, by the way, my roots need doing, so please ignore that. I forgot to put my Colour Wow on, and I know I need to do my roots. I'll probably do them next week. But I think that's looking really good. Right, I'm going to do my brows next. Now, I've talked a lot about this pencil. It's the Hourglass Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil, and I have it in the shade Soft Brown. But just in case you haven't seen it, I'll quickly show it to you before I apply it. It's got a spoolie on one end and a retractable, nice thick waxy pencil on the other end. It retails for, oh, actually, forgotten what it is in pounds. It's $37 and it comes in 6 shades. And being Hourglass, it's vegan and cruelty free. So let me just pop that on. So I always brush my brows up first. I've stopped using a wax, you know, because I don't find I need it really. Okay, brows are on. Now, I'm very excited about this next product. Again, I think I did wear it in 1 or 2 videos, but I haven't worn it and I haven't tried it on camera properly. And it's the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liner in Cocoa. Now, let me show you this beautiful pencil. So, you've got a pencil on one end and you've got a nice little spongy smudger thing on the other end. Now, it's £30 or $32, so I think it's about the same, maybe slightly more than the Lisa Eldridge. But I think it really beats the Lisa Eldridge, I must say. Now, I'm going to apply it without talking to you, but let me just tell you, it's an all-day wear, smudge-proof and waterproof pencil. I've forgotten how many colours it comes in, but I think it's about 6. All the details, by the way, of everything I talk about will be listed and linked below. And you can get Victoria Beckham in Selfridges, or you can get their products directly from their website. It's also vegan and cruelty-free. So let me apply it and we'll see how it looks. Right, we've applied it and it's not beautifully applied, but we're going to smudge it out with the spongy end. I mean, that's just gone on so easily. I literally applied it not terribly accurately and I smudged it out, and I've just used a Q-tip in the corner of my eyes. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. And I really like the shade because it's not black. This used to be my signature look. I hardly ever wore eyeshadow back in the day. I always wore an eye pencil and mascara, and that was about it. And I really like that look because I think it makes my eyes pop. Obviously, we're going to add mascara now. Now, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara, and this is it here. And it costs, oh gosh, I've forgotten what it costs in pounds again. Sorry, I'll have it on the screen. It's $19. It's a long-wearing, ultra-creamy black mascara with a brush that coats every lash for an outrageously thick and lifted look. So what you've got is the sort of classic Christmas tree brush here. And I have tried this and I'm really, really liking it. My eyelashes are in a bit of a funny state. I had them lifted and I think they overdid the lifting, and now there's sort of weird bending going on, particularly on this side. I don't know if you can see. Let me zoom you in so you can see. Can you see they've gone a bit sort of curly at the ends? Anyway, we'll put on a second coat now. Let's see if we can rectify that curly bit. Okay, there we are. I think this rivals the MAC Stack and the YSL Lash Clash. I really do. I think it's an excellent mascara and it is really super black. And now let's go on to blusher. And I've bit the bullet and bought a Westman Atelier blusher. All £36.20 of it, which actually isn't that bad, is it? Or $48. I mean, it is a lot, obviously, but I wanted to try their products. I know the bronzer is very popular. I couldn't justify a bronzer because I'm not wearing that much bronzer at the moment. But I really wanted to try one of their products, and they are available in Selfridges here in London, so that was helpful. It meant I could go to the store and try on various shades to see which suited me. And the one that suited me is this one, which is called Doudou. And there it is. I will swatch it for you. That is the colour. Now, it comes in 6 shades in total. It's a buttery texture that effortlessly melts into skin for a natural healthy flush. It has skin-loving ingredients. It has light Ayurvedic oils that gently nourish the skin. Oh yes, and it's in a very nice casing. It's a magnetic closure, which is really good. We like that. So let's apply a little bit. So I'm going to use my BK Beauty 106 brush. I'm just going to pop someone. Actually, I could probably do with a bit more. Let me get a bit more. Look at that beautiful shade. Isn't it stunning? Absolutely stunning. Right, let's blend that out with my Kabuki brush. I mean, honestly, isn't that a beautiful shade? I really, really love it. It looks natural. I can't see that it's looking luminous at all, but it will be able to see in natural light how it really looks. But I just think it gives a lovely natural flush of colour. Right, we're on to lip products now, and I'm going to be using the Lisa Eldridge Sculpt and Shade Lip Pencil in 2C. So this is a new range of lip pencils called Sculpt and Shade. I can't remember what the others were called. I've got a few of the others, actually. I've got 2 or 3, I think. But this one says it's a blurring, matte, soft focus finish. I think they're more matte and they're more muted, the shades, I would say. Now, I've got it in 2C. I'll just swatch that for you, which I would say is a kind of a dusty rose, kind of leaning towards brown a little bit, which really suits me because I'm quite enjoying wearing a brownie type outline on my lips. And it comes in 10 shades, it's got 4 neutrals, 3 cools and 3 warms. And it comes with a sharpener. I am going to sharpen it a bit because I have used it for a couple of days. And what we're going to do is I'm going to fill in the rest of my lips with it because I'm going to be using a lip gloss on the top. And to get some pigment. Great colour, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, you could just leave it like that, couldn't you? It's a really great colour. I absolutely love it. I mean, it is a dusty rose, isn't it? Leaning slightly brownish. And now, for the pièce de résistance, another new to me brand. And it is the Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Plumping Lip Gloss. Now, this costs £22 or $26 and it comes in 6 shades. And I've completely forgotten the name of it, but I'll put it on the screen for you. Little tiny doe foot applicator, and let's pop it on. So it does feel a bit sticky. But you'd expect that from a gloss, wouldn't you? Now, apparently it is supposed to plump up your lips without having that stinging feeling. Now, I've checked and this doesn't have any fragrance in it because, as you know, if you've watched my channel before, I'm allergic to fragrance. So I double checked the ingredients. So there is a plumping ingredient in it, which is called, and apparently these are trademarked, Maxi Lip and Volu Lip. Well, I must say that's very impressive because if those don't have fragrance in them and the ingredient says they don't, then that would be an absolute game changer for me because I've never been able to use any plumping lip products before, like City Lips, for example, because it's got fragrance in it. And also, I don't really want to feel that stinging feeling on my lip. I would worry that it wouldn't be good for my skin. So we'll see how we go. If I wore this every day for 2 weeks, I might find I've suddenly got Rosie Huntington Whiteley lips. Although I'm not sure that would really suit my face, would it? Right, there we are, we're all done. So I'm going to go outside in natural light in the next hour or so you can have a look at that. And then I'm going to my daughter's for lunch. So when I come back later on this afternoon or late evening, we'll do about an 8-hour check-in. And we'll see how we've got on and do a review of all the products. And I'll let you know my thoughts. So here we are at the 10-hour check-in, not the 8-hour check-in, because I've had quite a long day. It's Easter Sunday and we went to my daughter's for lunch and I haven't touched my makeup at all. Now I think you can see, and I'm just going to bring you in, that I've got some fallout from the mascara under here, and my eyelids of course are oily, as they always are, but actually I think that the Victoria Beckham eyeliner has actually stayed on quite well, given that my eyelids are so oily. What do you think? I think it still looks okay. And taking each product in turn now, so let's talk about the Seamless Skin Tint. I think that's worn well. Obviously it's worn off a bit, but I'm not too oily and my skin is generally normal, but it might have a little bit of an oily T-zone occasionally, and I think that's looking pretty good. I think the powder has done well. The concealer looks pretty good, I would say. It's creased a little bit. The lip gloss and pencil have obviously come off as well, because I've been eating quite a bit today, so I wouldn't expect that to stay on. For me, I think the lip gloss was a little bit on the sticky side, but I did forget about it after a while. Now, whether it plumped up my lips very much, I don't know. I think I'd have to report back on that, and I will report back on that. I'll start to use it regularly and see how we get on with it, because it is supposed to make a difference within 2 weeks, although I know a lot of products say that. But it certainly felt okay. I didn't get any tingling or anything like that, and it doesn't have any fragrance, so that's all good. And there's a little bit left of the blush, not a huge amount, but it's lasted okay. Now, I haven't had a chance to, I'm eating my own hair. I haven't had a chance to look back at the daytime footage, but you'll be able to see that, and hopefully that will tell us a little bit more about how it looks in the daytime. So all in all, I've enjoyed applying the products and wearing the products, and I don't think there's a bad one in there. What do you think? So there you have it. Those are some beautiful high-end products that I've enjoyed trialing for you. Now let me know in the comments, have you tried any of these? In fact, I know that one of my lovely subscribers has, because she mentioned using the Fenty and she said she loved it. And I know that other viewers and subscribers have tried the Westman Atelier as well. But let me know, have I tempted you to try any of them, or did you think, I'm not really sure about that? I'd love to hear from you. And do share some of your favourite luxury products, or any products. I will be doing a similar video for drugstore products as well. And let me know if you enjoy these type of videos, because I'm enjoying doing them. I did a couple in March, and this one is the first of 2 that I'll do in April. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell. And if you can't get enough of me, I have a monthly newsletter, and the link to subscribe to that is in the description box below. And in that, I don't just talk about beauty, fashion and lifestyle, but I also talk about music, books, podcasts, TV, film, and all the other bits and bobs that make our lives worthwhile. And thank you so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me. It really does. And I hope you're all doing really well. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye.